So Claude, the first question, tell us a little bit, what is a learning diary?
Well, a learning diary is a written piece of reflection, and it is basically a dialogue with yourself, not on a blank page and touchy-feely thoughts that you should put on the paper, but it's rather a structured dialogue where you reflect what's happening with you during the program, what you learn, but more important also to clarify what's in the box for you, to clarify your expectations, to clarify what you can actually learn, and then also to anticipate specific challenges and specific situations that you may encounter. The great thing is that if you work with this tool thoroughly and you're really serious about it, it will enable yourself to compare how your perception of yourself, your leadership skills, your entrepreneurial thoughts and aspirations evolve during the Summerpreneurship. And it will also, secondly, enable us as your coaches to make brief interventions to strengthen your learning experience.
And so very concretely, how would this work? Is it like every week I fill out a form, or what is it?
Well, you get started before you actually arrive here. We shoot the first series of questions at you. Then from time to time, possibly every 2 weeks, we send you an additional bunch of questions. You please work on these questions. On average, it should not take longer than 2 hours per 2 weeks. And you send your replies back to us. We then will review your answers, and if appropriate, necessary and considered productive, we get back to you with comments, recommendations. Maybe we add a little question that may really allow you to dig a little bit deeper and take more out of the exercise.
Okay. And is this something that is common practice? You use it in your other classes as well, right?
Yes, I'm working since 6.5 years with learning diaries, mainly at the University of St. Gallen, where I have been involved in more than 40 student practical projects, real projects, where we capture the learning journey with this diary. And certainly students appreciate the exercise. In the end, at the beginning, they think, oh, it's a lot of work, and what's in for me in that? But I think we can say from the learning diaries I've collected from hundreds of students that in the end, almost all participants consider this to be a very productive thing to do.
And that is bachelor students, masters, MBAs,
Yes, I work with bachelor students in St. Gallen. I use it in the MBA program of St. Gallen University. I use it at MTech in a leadership development program at ETH. And I also use it in longer learning journeys with professionals that, for example, spend 1 year in a very specific assignment. And so far, I'm enthusiastic with it. What it really allows is that we do what we call student-centered learning. It is not an exam format. It is really to identify what do you want to take from the exercise, and you create your own benchmark. Along, we can evaluate if your reflection is straight to the point and you do exactly what is needed to get what you expect to get from a journey like a Summerpreneurship.
And do you have maybe a last piece of advice or tips on how the Summerpreneurs can profit most from this? Like what would really make sure that you as Summerpreneurship take most out?
Yes, my tips would basically focus on being honest. Be as honest and true. Basically write this to yourself. Write to yourself, and whenever you encounter very generic words like I find this exciting, interesting, oh this is so good, then think twice. Why? Why is it good? Why is it interesting? What makes you so excited about it? Because usually this is opening the door to a deeper understanding of what your real preferences are and where the benefit can be eventually harvested. And the more explicit you are, the more clear you are, the better a benchmark you also create for us as the coaches, so we can effectively guide you. What you should maybe not do is to write extensive summaries of what happens. This is not at the core of the exercise. It's really to capture what is most relevant for you. And sometimes the question does not really resonate with you, then you just want to skip it and move to the next question. What I also would recommend, final tip here, is that you travel backwards in your learning diary. So you revisit some of the answers you have given, some of the questions you have worked on, and you will really see the difference, how your thinking and how your experience has evolved during a few weeks. And this captures real learning, where usually our brains play tricks on us and everything looks so logic and aligned. You will find that your perceptions are evolving rapidly and changing. And this is something you can only capture when you do a thorough learning diary.
Very good. And it's something confidential between the Summerpreneur itself and you and Sabine as coaches, right?
Yes, exactly. So if we feel there should be done something about a situation that you experience, then we would first talk to you and make a proposal for an intervention, and then leave it with you if you want to take this further up with your host or with the Hub program manager.
Very good. And I can say from my own experience in founding the Hub that by doing all these different tasks that are involved with setting up an enterprise, you learn something, but it's only when you reflect about it that they really take hold and that they prepare you to do the next exercise better. So we used to do this in our team, that every couple of months we had a session where we sat together, we gave each other feedback, and we tried to be very conscious about the kind of decisions we made. And I think this process really helped us to prepare for the next level. And I'm very excited that we can offer this in a more structured form now through you, and so that you have similar experiences, because I think this is a different kind of learning than you experience in university so far, unfortunately. Anyway, very good. So we have the next event coming up on the 1st of June, when we are all coming together, and we're very much looking forward to meet you. We will have about an hour to 2 hours introduction into the program, where we will show you around the Hub if you haven't seen it yet, answer some questions about the program. Then Claude will do an introductory workshop for us to get started. There will be the opportunity and set for Q&A there. And then we have a nice barbecue with the entrepreneurs, with yourself. So make sure that you bring something to put on the grill, and some bread or some salad for yourself. We have sauces, salt and pepper, and we have cold drinks in the Hub. If you take care of the food for the stomach, we'll take care of the rest. Claude, do you have any final remarks or something that we did not mention yet in the video?
I think you have a very special opportunity here, and I hope you can take the most of it. Traineeships, there are a lot, and if I talk to the ones that have graduated from those traineeships, they say all the same. It was very interesting, it was exciting, and I learned a lot. If you ask them again, what exactly did you learn that you then can use later in your studies or for your professional career, then the answers get a little bit more fuzzy and blurry. And we're going to make sure this is not the case with the Summerpreneurship, and it will be an utmost great learning experience for you. Looking forward to working with you.
Great. Same from the Hub. We're very much looking forward to get to know you in person then and start working together. We hope this video was not too boring. I read something that after 3 minutes, when the video is not interesting enough, then people to switch. So I hope you still got to see this greeting, and looking forward to meet you in about 2.5 weeks' time. Take care. Bye.
Bye.